Good evening, everybody. Obviously, this is not the Lodge Advisors Minute I anticipated giving at Pronghorn Gathering this year. At the start of the year, it has been a challenging year for us in scouting and in our communities as we've grappled with a number of challenges, the biggest, of course, being the COVID-19 pandemic. Historic event that we are all trying to just get through now, but in the future will be something that we will never ever forget how we responded as individuals and as communities during this time. I tried to think about a good advisor's minute for this weekend. We have a mystery theme of Clue, and I want to thank all of our lodge officers and chapter officers for making this weekend possible. We had some great help from youth and advisors, really some tremendous work this entire year from a whole host of folks that just really took a challenging year and still made the spirit of the Order of the Arrow possible. We have a record number, at least in the last 5 or 6 years, a record number of new members. So I want to thank and congratulate all of our new members for coming to the Pronghorn Gathering. The Order of the Arrow can be just the start of an amazing adventure for you, and I am excited to see what all you do with it. So I thought about the theme. The Order of the Arrow uses mystery quite a bit, right? Just like Clue, and there are so many paths you can take to get to the correct answer, and the correct answer isn't necessarily the same for everyone. The more you discover in a mystery, finally, the full picture becomes revealed. And the Order of the Arrow is a lot like that. And the more you discover about the Order of the Arrow, the more you will discover about yourself. And whether that's as you go through the different honors of Ordeal and Brotherhood and Vigil, this year we had members reach all of those different levels, and in doing so, learn more about themselves, which is fantastic. There are all sorts of other ways to unravel the mysteries of the Order of the Arrow, whether it's attend a section conclave or go to a high adventure base. There is going to be a path for you to discover more about yourself. And so I would definitely encourage you, as you think about 2021, to continue to work on the mystery that is the Order of the Arrow. Even those of us that have been in for a while now, each and every year, I learn more about myself as I learn more about the Order of the Arrow. And so I'm excited for 2021 for those reasons. I tried to think about what would be the best message to get us into 2021, and I thought about a conclave that I attended 15 years ago when I heard an inspirational message at that particular conclave. And so I'm going to hand over the advisor's minute for a couple minutes and just think about what you're about to hear, contemplate it, and then I'll have, just a final thought, and we'll go on with the rest of our evening.
Some time ago, one of my old scouts turned up, and he said, Chief, I want to thank you for something you said to me. You said to us boys years ago. Why, he said, what was that? He said you were talking to us at a campfire and giving us a bit of advice. And you said these words to us: in heaven's name, be crazy about something. Be crazy about something. He said, you don't know what good that did to me. He said, I had been pursuing a hobby in camp. I like to collect specimens of wildlife, and I'd been pursuing that hobby until the other guys began kidding me about it. But when you said that, in heaven's name, be crazy about something, I knew you were talking to me and advising me to go right ahead. And of course I did. I made it my life study. I threw my life into my hobby. I dedicated myself to it. And Lord Llewellyn, looking me in the eye, said, and he makes today one of our greatest scientists. Well, that's what I want to say to you, my brothers, this morning. It's related to the theme of our conference, to get the higher vision. In heaven's name, be crazy about something. It has to be something worthwhile, of course. You can't take any old thing and be crazy about it. I commend to you 2 or 3 things that I hope you'll be crazy about and feel able to throw your life into them as we leave this great conference. Of course, I expect you to be crazy about cheerful service and never lose a smile on your face while you're giving it. Now, our special committee on the 50th anniversary is trying to develop plans for a great national service project for the Order of the Arrow. When it comes along, I just know in my boots that every man jack in the Order of the Arrow is going to be crazy about it and throw himself into it and make it a reality. So I shan't dwell upon that item, save to say that, of course, we're crazy about cheerful service. I want to pass to another subject that is very close to my heart. Be crazy about camping. A few weeks ago, I went back to my old camp again, Treasure Island, and they celebrated the 50th anniversary of that camp, of which I was the first camp director. And you can imagine the emotion that filled me on that occasion. The trees that we planted back then in little saplings were now mighty oaks and maples and deciduous trees of all kinds. The very nature of the terrain had changed considerably, but I pictured in my mind's eye the thousands and thousands of scouts who in those 50 years had done real scouting, genuine camping in their troops on Treasure Island. And so I feel very deeply about this. Now I have just one more suggestion to make to you, my brothers, as I close this challenge. And it grows out of what I have just said to you. Be crazy about brotherhood. For that's what we are trying to develop among ourselves, yes, but in larger dimensions round the world.
Amazing, right? That those words are just as relevant today as they were when Dr. Ian Goodman spoke them in 1963. Be crazy about something. So as we close, and as we think about our future as individuals, as a lodge, as your troop, or your crew, or your ship, where we're headed as a scouting movement, let us take some time to lean on that wisdom of the past as we chart that path forward. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your work for scouting and the work that I know that means that you do in your communities. I want you to stay safe. This holiday season, it has been a tremendous honor to serve as your lodge advisor this year, and I look forward to continuing to do so in the year ahead. Thanks.